probably does.
Good morning, everyone. This is Commissioner Bell. Today is Tuesday, March 10th, 2026, and we'll call this meeting to order at 8 a.m. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everyone to mute your phones. You can do this by pressing *6. Please unmute yourself when called to speak, again pressing *6. It's very important for all others to remain muted. Thank you. Well, good morning, and I will say good morning to my fellow Commissioner, Erin Scar. Good morning,
Good
Commissioner
morning.
And
Good
we
morning.
do not have, good morning. We don't have Commissioner Fournier with us today, so we will jump right into the call with President Eric Swanson of Adventist South Tillamook. Perhaps. Well, maybe we don't have Eric with us this morning. If we do, he is welcome to join us sometime mid-call. Let's see if we have Representative Javity with us this morning. Well, I hope he joins us also. I saw Senator Weber last night, and she is not able to join us this morning. She has meetings in Salem. Although the short session is over, she has meetings in Salem today. So she let me know she wouldn't be here today, but looks forward to returning to the call next week. And we look forward to hearing from her, her report from the short session. So then let's move on to Tillamook County Community Health Centers and Camille Sorensen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Have you ever wondered why you might feel a bit off after clocks spring forward during daylight savings? That hour change is linked to increased risk of heart attack, stroke, ER visits, mood changes, and overall sleep disruption due to our circadian rhythm. If you, like many other people, did not prepare for the switch in daylight savings by slowly adjusting your sleep schedule, here are a few tips to help your body adjust. Prioritize light exposure in the morning, if possible. Opening the curtains, turning on lights, or stepping outside shortly after waking up helps signal to your brain that the day has begun. Natural sunlight is especially powerful for regulating circadian rhythm. Practice good sleep hygiene. Go to bed at a consistent time every night. Avoid alcohol and caffeine in late afternoon and evening, both of which may delay or disrupt sleep. And at night, it's helpful to reduce light exposure. Limiting your bright screens and overhead lighting in the evening and not using your computer, tablet, or smartphone before bedtime can help your body wind down and release melatonin at the appropriate time. Temporary fatigue or disrupted sleep for a few days after daylight savings change is common. It can take up to a week for your body to adjust to an hour change. However, if you continue to have trouble falling asleep or have difficulty staying asleep or functioning during the day for more than a couple weeks, it might be time to speak with your healthcare provider. I know I've been struggling. March is also National Nutrition Month. Every year in March, we celebrate National Nutrition Month by promoting the importance of making informed food choices while developing both healthier eating and physical activity habits. National Nutrition Month serves as an opportunity to talk about food and nutrition while sharing valuable and credible sources of information. Food is like a language that we can all understand. It is much more than just a source of nourishment for survival, as it connects all of us regardless of background, culture, or language. It helps us feel connected, whether it's a memory from a family friend gathering, experiencing a new cuisine, or volunteering at food assistance programs within our communities to help those experiencing food insecurity. You can visit TillamookCountyWellness.org, our public health community coalition, for recipes to try out during this month and other food and nutrition information and inspiration. And that is all I have today. I hope everybody stays awake and is able to adjust to that daylight savings time.
Thank you very much, Camille. It was a little hard for me on Sunday morning because I'd forgotten, and so my schedule was off. But last night I was at the Tillamook Bay Community College board meeting, and the board meeting got over around 7, and it was still daylight. And I thought, oh, this is the good side. This is why I like this, when it's still light at night. That was very nice.
Yes, that is the bonus part.
Thank you for your report. I appreciate it. Let's circle back and see if Eric Swanson from Adventist Health Tillamook has joined us, or Representative Javity. Okay, then let's move on to Nehalem Bay Health Center and Pharmacy and Gail Nelson.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I just would like to share out again that Dr. Jeffrey Ludy, our medical director, is retiring at the end of this year. And beginning April 1st, he will reduce his schedule to Mondays only. His last day will be December 31st of this year. And we're currently in the recruitment and interview process for his successor, and we'll share updates as that search progresses. And that's it for me today.
Thank you, Gail.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. Let's move on to Tillamook Family Counseling Center and Amanda Bunger.
Hello, everybody. Today I wanted to share that we have Sarah with our prevention team has been mentoring a senior at Tillamook High who has chosen as part of her service learning project to start an Out of the Darkness walk. If you're not familiar with Out of the Darkness walks, they are suicide awareness and prevention. And it's just a place for folks who have been impacted by suicide to come together and walk and support one another. The walk is a fundraiser for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and a portion of the funds will be kept in the community as well for suicide prevention work. So this walk is this Saturday, the March 14th at 9:30. There will be a couple of booths there and information sharing for individuals who participate. TFCC is going to have a team there, but anyone is welcome to just come and support one another in speaking about suicide, how it's impacted maybe yourself or your family, and talk about prevention. So that's what I would like to share today. Again, this Saturday at Tillamook High at 9:30.
Thank you very much, Amanda.
Yes, thank you.
I believe I don't see Randy Thorpe's number on the line. Randy Thorpe, Tillamook County Emergency Management Director. Are you with us this morning? Well, this call is just sailing right along. That moves us to the Board of Commissioners and Commissioner Scar.
Wow. Well, good morning. Rarely do I get on by 8:08. So good morning, everyone. I have not been with you for a few weeks, so I thought I would just kind of update everybody on where I've been and what I've been up to, because I do miss being able to be here and share with you all the goings on of the county. So 2 weeks ago, I was in Washington, D.C. For the National Association of Counties Conference, which is an important piece of work that we do each year. This is their legislative conference, and it's an opportunity for us to hear what the National Association of Counties is working on in relation to federal government legislation, and then also for us to visit our elected officials in the Congress. So this year we had a number of different things that NACO has focused on that we are working with them on. One of the big ones is that, as well as transportation happening in the state of Oregon, there is also a surface transportation bill that will be coming up in the federal federal Congress. So those get reauthorized. I believe it's every 5 years. And so it is time for a surface transportation bill. At this time, it's unknown sort of what will be in there and what we're looking at, but counties have created something that's called a markup, which is our opportunity to offer a bill, a piece of legislation that will go into that larger federal package. And so we have offered up as counties across the nation something called the Basics Act. And in that Basics Act, we focus on the fact that counties have roughly 45% of the roadways across the nation, and that we have a majority of bridges and many of the local roads. So what we're asking in the Basics Act is that the federal government send money directly to counties. Right now, the majority, if not virtually all, of money that comes from the federal government for transportation goes through the state government first. So the feds send it to the states take their chunk out and send money on to us. What we're asking is that in recognition of the amount of roadways that counties directly manage, that we get money directly. So that is a great opportunity, and it's something that the lobbyists will be working hard at the federal level to get into this transportation package. There's also another piece of legislation that's being included in that, we hope, from counties. It's called the SPEED Act, and the SPEED Act has to do with the time it takes for permitting. Quite often, transportation facilities can take 12 months, 18 months to permit, and really that delays the ability to get things fixed. It also drives up costs. The longer you wait to fix something, the more expensive it is to fix it. So those two markups are included in the bill, and they're specifically, again, things that the National Association is working with us on. So we took the opportunity, after learning about both of these at the conference, to go to visit our congressional representatives on Tuesday and Wednesday of the week that I was there. We saw both of our senators and we saw 4 of our representatives to just introduce them to these pieces of legislation so that they can keep their eyes out for them and be supportive as they move through the process. So that was just a tiny slice of what was happening at NACO. I will be sitting down with Will Chappell this week and talking more about what happened at NACO, and that should hit the newspaper in the next couple weeks. So if you are interested in more specifics, you can certainly reach out to me anytime. You can also look for that to come up in the Headlight Herald. Also, a meeting that I was at this last, or 2 weeks ago, that I'd like to highlight for everyone is the Salmonberry Trail. We've been talking for a while about the transition of the responsibility for that being transferred to state parks, and that is in active transition right now. So we used to have an organization called the Salmonberry Trail Intergovernmental Agency, and that is being sunset, so it will go away. And what will happen is a committee or council, the name is yet to be determined, is being formed under Oregon State Parks that will provide guidance to state parks on the development and management of the Salmonberry Trail. So just more to come on that. Keep your eyes peeled, because it should be within the next month or two. We will be putting out some information about that committee, what its name is, how you reach out to provide your input, etc., because it will still be a group where public input is sought. So know that that is coming. And then last week I was not with you. I was in St. Helens for a meeting of Community Action Team. And some of you may be familiar with Community Action Team, or CAT as is known. It is the anti-poverty agency for our region. And most people, if they are familiar with it, Tillamook County, are familiar with Head Start or with the weatherization and home remodel programs that they offer. So I sit on the board of Community Action Team as one of my roles as a county commissioner, and it was our annual meeting. So I had the opportunity to participate in that and help set the direction for the future for that organization to ensure that Tillamook County continues to receive the services that we need. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions on that. I also had the opportunity while I was up there to do a Teams meeting to meet the new state forester. So Casey is her name, and she comes to us from Nevada. She started 1st of March. So we're all excited to meet her and excited to help her get oriented. So hopefully we will see her before too long here in Tillamook County so that she can get oriented to the largest part of the state forest, and that is the part in Tillamook County. So again, a good opportunity to meet her and to really introduce Tillamook County and begin what we hope will be a great relationship with her. And then Friday and yesterday, I was doing pieces with the Association of Oregon Counties, and we had an opportunity to really hear a wrap up of the legislative session to understand what went our way, what didn't go our way as counties. And I'm very pleased to say that the majority of bills that had a county nexus in them did go our way, meaning either we appreciated what they had to offer and they passed, or we were concerned about what was in them and the risks it placed to counties, and those did not pass. So we felt that overall we had a really good session. I know that Paul's not here, and I'm assuming he talked about this last week probably, but they did pass the amendment to the transient lodging tax, which is a great opportunity for us here. We do not have to raise the tax at this moment. It means that what we already collect, which previously had to be spent 70% on tourism related facility promotion, only 30% going to general governance. That was the legislative mandate previously. The bill that passed now makes that split 50-50. So 50% still needs to go to facilities or promotion, but 50% can go to general governance, and that will be up to us as commissioners to determine if we take the full amount for general governance, and if we do, how we spend it. So that was a huge legislative win. It's something that our legislators, AOC, your commissioners have been working on for years, literally years. The first run at it was taken when Betsy Johnson was still a senator for us, so it's been quite some time that the first run at changing that happened and was rebuffed. So this was a huge win, and that was one of the Association of Oregon Counties' priorities. And the lobbyist for this particular portfolio at AOC spent a great amount of time, along with Commissioner Fournier and a number of other commissioners, ensuring this made its way through. And we have Representative Javity to thank for the work on the House side, and Senator Weber to thank for the work on the Senate side. So that was the biggest win for Tillamook County. There were more. There was a bill relating to recreational waivers so that businesses that offer recreational services, and I heard from a number of our fishing charters here that were very concerned about things that were going in and out of that bill very rapidly. There ended up being 25 amendments to that bill, and it was really a push-pull struggle between the trial lawyers and some consumer protection groups on one side, saying that we should not be allowed to have waivers, that recreational businesses should simply have to bear the full brunt of anything that happens to anyone while they're participating, and recreational providers saying what we would like to do is have a bit of protection if someone does something foolish on their own while they're in my boat, on my ski slope, etc. So again, there was a lot of push-pull, but ultimately it did pass, and it does provide some protections for the businesses if someone simply does something foolish while they're in their activity. So again, those are just two. There were many. I think AOC was actively working about 130 bills over this short session. So lots of good work done, and I'm sure the senator and representative will join us in the next week or so and talk about more specifics to things they worked on. And then I'll just talk about a couple things that are coming up. I mentioned already that I'll be sitting down with Will Chappell so we can talk a little bit more about the national conference, a little bit more about why that work is important to Tillamook County, and specifically what I learned while I was there and what work I did while I was there. So we'll get a little more into that. And then this week I will be out of town Friday, heading out to the ONC counties, which is the Oregon and California Railroad Timber Counties group. ONC Timber is what you are probably hearing about, seeing a lot about in the news as they start talking about the federal government desiring to increase timber harvest and the current administration's agreements to do that. ONC Timberlands were an agreement that was made in 1937 with the counties and the federal government that harvest off of those lands would support both local government and local schools. And that has been largely shut down due to the Endangered Species Act. So the piece here is to look at staying within environmental regulation, but is there opportunity to create a new management plan on the ONC lands that will increase timber harvest? So that's some work that the association has been doing for quite some time, and the answer is yes, a new plan can be created. So what I'm happy to share is that I know that some of the news coverage makes it sound like they're just going to come in and clear cut every bit of BLM land that exists, and I'm happy to share that that is not the plan, that there will be a full public process related to this plan. Public comment will be taken. And that there will be an opportunity to have your voice heard in this process, and I will make sure that that comes forward to the public, so you have a chance to have your say as they go through with how will they increase timber harvest and what will that look like. But it is an important piece of funding for Tillamook County, and I'm delighted to have that process opening up and to be a part of that. So with that, I will stop and pass it back to you, Commissioner Bell. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thanks for talking about the TLT split, which I agree completely is a solid win for not only Tillamook County, but all the counties and cities that will benefit from having more discretion over how to invest and spend those funds. And I agree that a great deal of thanks are due to Representative Javidi for his work in the House and Senator Weber for her work in the Senate. I talked to her last night at the Tillamook Bay Community College board meeting because Suzanne is also a college board member, and we were talking about for how long our legislators have been fighting to change that. And she said that this was, for her personally, this was the 6th time she had worked on that legislation, and in the process, she had received threats about it, and so it was a solid win for everyone, and I'm just really thankful for our legislators' work on our behalf and that of other small governments. So it'll be exciting to move forward with that new split. I'm grateful also that Amanda talked for a minute about the Out of Darkness Walk at Tillamook High School, and I'm going to repeat the day and time. Saturday morning at Tillamook High School starts at 9:30. I think the gathering starts at 9:30, and maybe the event itself starts at 10. And I know about this because Sarah Ermer, who works for TFCC, invited me to come and talk for a few minutes. So I'm going to be part of the group there, giving a little talk and then walk with the students. And it's just really important to support our community, to stand in solidarity with people who have struggled and suffered with suicide themselves, or with knowing someone who has attempted, or suicide casts a shadow over people's lives, and it's really important to come together as a community and support each other. And I'm really impressed that a high school student has taken on this project as her senior learning project. So bravo to her. So that is this Saturday morning at Tillamook High School. Then also at Tillamook High School, the Saturday morning, Congresswoman Bonamici has her town hall at 11. So that's always a good opportunity to learn what's going on with in Washington, D.C., and I'll stay for that since I'll be there anyway. And then Representative Javidi has a town hall Saturday also at 2 at the Tillamook Library in the main branch in Tillamook. So there are a lot of opportunities on Saturday, including Saturday morning, Tillamook County Parks is having a second work party. So work party is something that we started maybe in 2020 when the annual day use fee passes came into existence, and we wanted people to have the opportunity to earn an annual day use pass if they needed to. And so we wanted to. And also, we wanted people to have the opportunity. There are a lot of people who really love Tillamook County parks. So I suggested that we start some work parties in the spring. You citizens who love parks and want to be involved can come in and help do spring cleanup before, because all kinds of branches and stuff fall in the campsites over the winter, and do some cleanup in the spring before campers come, and earn a day use pass if they want one. And so those parties are ongoing. They happen every year in the spring, and I was at the first one last Saturday. I always go because I figure, if I'm asking other people to do this, I need to do it myself. So I go every year, and I enjoy it. I think working together with your neighbors on something that people care about is fun. I just think it's fun. So I always meet new people, and we have a good time together. We get something done. Everybody feels proud about it. So that I was at the one last Saturday. This Saturday will be a second one, and they still have room for volunteers at that work party. So you can call Barview Jetty and tell people you want to sign up for the work party. You could go to the Tillamook County Parks Department Facebook page. There's a link to sign up for the work party. You could get online and email the parks office manager. Her name is Brandy Pearson. So get registered so they know to expect you, and join the work party this Saturday. It really was a lot of fun. Last week on this call, we talked about ODOT. The ODOT was having a meeting on Thursday night. It was the statewide transportation information plan meeting out at the port of Tillamook Bay, and I went, Commissioner Fournier went. There really just were a handful of us. I expected more people to come because there's a lot of interest in what's going on with our local roads. Sean Lewis from the city of Tillamook was there, and Chris Lady from Tillamook County Public Works. So we had a good discussion about roads and things that are going on. And one of the things I learned that Tillamook folks will be interested in is that they are planning to change the interchange the intersection that's right downtown, that was changed with when ODOT changed that intersection right downtown, where you come in from 6 and you are either going north or you're going straight across, going west. There's still confusion at that light about if you want to go straight across, if you want to go west rather than north, what lane to get in and what to do. There's still confusion, particularly among visitors. It's confusing, that direction. So they are going to work on that, and I thought people would be interested to know, because I still see people navigate it incorrectly, and especially in the summer. So that's good news. And let's see. Well, seems like there was something else I was going to tell you about, but it has slipped my mind. So let's move on to the cities, beginning with the city of Manzanita. Do we have Mayor Stock on for Manzanita? Well, I'll tell you the other thing I was going to tell you about. This Saturday, I had the opportunity, or Sunday rather, to participate in an International Women's Day celebration that was just fabulous. They had a panel of speakers, and there was really beautiful music, folk music by Lauren Sheehan, which was wonderful. Several agencies were represented. Artists were showing their work. There was food, there were crafts, and there was a panel of speakers. I was one of the speakers. Valerie Bundy was a speaker. She is the executive director of Tides of Change, our local organization that serves survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. Carol Brown was on the panel, and she is a local faith leader who used to be the executive director of Tides of Change, and also Leanne Welch, who's the mayor of Bay City. And so we were talking about all kinds of things, leadership opportunities for women, people's careers. Carol Brown was talking about faith and how she incorporates faith into her civic life and her personal life. And Valerie was talking about challenges to funding for Tides of Change. And it was dynamic. It was really great. And bravo to the people who organized that. It was a terrific turnout, and it was just a wonderful event. Okay, let's check in with the city of Nehalem. Do we have Mayor Chick with us? The city of Wheeler. Or how about Rockaway Beach and Mayor McNeely?
Good morning, Tillamook County.
Good morning.
Public Works Director. Yeah, it is a good morning. A little cold, but still good. Our Public Works Director, Mertz, submitted a draft application for the Rivers, Trails, and Conservation Assistance Program to the National Park Service staff for review and comment. Over the coming weeks, Director Mertz will work with National Park Service staff to refine the application before formally submitting it for consideration. If selected to be part of this program, National Park Service will provide professional services to assist the Rockaway Beach community in developing a plan for outdoor recreation opportunities on the Jetty Creek property. Something we're pretty excited about, the possibilities to create a new destination for locals and tourists alike to experience some of the beauty that exists up in that area of the county. At the Tillamook Coast Visitors Association 2026 Awards Banquet, our own Green Coast Market received this year's Growth and Innovation in Tourism Award. Congratulations to Julie and Jason Maxfield for their success, and thank you, Julie and Jason, for all that you do for Rockaway Beach. Our City Council workshop is tomorrow, Wednesday, March 11th at 4:30 p.m. in the City Hall second floor conference room, followed by the City Council regular meeting at 6 p.m. downstairs in the City Hall Council room. The Forest Stewardship Plan Advisory Committee meeting is on Tuesday, March 17th at 3 p.m. in the second floor conference room. We offer in-person and virtual options for attending all our public meetings. Meetings are recorded, so they are available for viewing at your convenience. Agendas and packets are available on our city website. Sign up for a city email list on our city website to have meeting packets sent to you automatically. With that, I'll turn it back to you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate your report. Do we have
Thank
anyone
you.
on from the city? You're welcome. Garibaldi? Anyone on from Garibaldi? How about Bay City?
Good morning. This is Leanne Welch, Mayor of Bay City, and thank you, Commissioner Bell, for talking about the Women's Day event. That was really a good event, and just seeing all the crafts and Lauren Sheehan, she was wonderful. So tonight is our regular City Council meeting at 6 p.m. at City Hall. One of the things on our agenda is that we have 3 applicants for a vacant City Council position. So we will hear from all 3 of them tonight, and hopefully we can get our council back in full swing. A couple other things is that we've got 2 resolutions on our agenda tonight to consider to submit Economic Development Administration grants. One is to replace a water transmission line, and the other is to upgrade our wastewater treatment plants. So working with Columbia Pacific Economic Development Council to submit those grants. And Planning Commission meeting is Wednesday, March 18th at 5:30 at City Hall, and they'll be discussing how to incorporate more open space and development and then changes to our city code to accommodate that. And I'd also like to give a plug for a fundraiser dinner. It's going to be a fundraiser for the formation of a new fire district between the Bay City Fire Department and the Tillamook Fire District. This is going to be at the Pacific Restaurant. It's going to be an Irish dinner with corned beef, and it's $20 a ticket. This dinner is from 4 to 7, March 14th. You can come at any time between 4 and 7. Learn more about the ballot measure that's going to be on the May ballot. And this is $20, and you can buy tickets at the door. So I hope to see people there. And that's my report today. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, and thanks for participating in the Women's Day celebration. It was great to hear more about your career and your life. So thank you.
Thank you.
Let's move on to the City of Tillamook. Do we have Sean Lewis with us this morning?
We do, Commissioner.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we've got a couple of things coming up that I think people will be interested. Tomorrow, the 11th, from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Tillamook County Library, we have our chat with the chief, and I have it on good authority that the city manager may show up to be yelled at. So if you have complaints about Tillamook City or things that you want to see, come chat with us tomorrow, the 11th, from 6 to 7. I want to give a big thank you. There's a large group of community volunteers who took some time last Friday to demolish a dilapidated shed over on 4th Street that was on the property of an elderly resident who couldn't take care of it and was being hijacked for nefarious purposes, and getting that cleaned up is making our city better and improving things and reducing the amount of places where people can do nefarious things. And so thank you to all the volunteers and those who organized that effort to get that shed cleaned up last week. Coming up on Saturday the 21st, I know I kind of teased this a little bit last week, but we have our Coatesville Park grand reopening. We received some funding from MODA and the Portland Trailblazers to improve some of the playground equipment there, and it is new. There's a high-tech screen game that you can do, and we've got a new rubberized surface so the kids don't skin their knees when they fall down. It is a beautiful facility that has been wonderfully upgraded, and we're going to have a ribbon cutting on Saturday, the 21st, from 11 to 1. We've got food that'll be there that's been donated. We've got the bookmobile is going to show up, and there might even be a special appearance by the Blazers mascots. So we are excited for this and very grateful for our partners with Moda Health and the Portland Trailblazers for helping us improve our community in this way. And then as we are into budget time, just teasing out there, the city council is actively having discussions about water and sewer rates. We'll have another work session on our Monday meeting on the system development charges. Now, these are the charges that if somebody wants to build something new within the city, they pay. They don't go on existing connections or existing homes or businesses. But this is all part of an overall package of improvements to help us get our sewers and water lines up to standards. And with all of that comes most likely, or I can almost guarantee, there will be a rate change of some sort on both the water and the sewer lines this year. And those discussions will be happening over the next couple of city council meetings. So if you're interested in having a voice and hearing what the experts tell us about our sewer and water lines and what we need to do to keep those up and running in a manner that all of our residents expect, then please attend one of our next upcoming city council meetings. But otherwise, we hope to see everybody on the 21st. This is going to be a fun event for all the kids. Come enjoy our revamped park space. Thank you so much, Commissioner. That's our report from the city of Tillamook today.
Thank you, Sean, and thanks for being at the ODOT Transportation Information Plan meeting. It was great to have you in that conversation.
You are so welcome. And I heard you talk about earlier the changes at Highway 6 and Highway 101 intersection. That is something the city has lobbied ODOT for quite a while because it is confusing. I remember the first time I got there, I'm like, okay, this is kind of awkward and weird. So I think any kind of striping changes or things that we can do at that intersection to help traffic move a little bit better and provide a safer environment for our residents and visitors is a good thing. So we're grateful that ODOT's going to start that, and we know that they pay attention even with all the stuff that we've talked about, transportation and getting people in and out of our city is an important thing, and we're trying to be a good partner with ODOT and the county on how all that interconnects.
Thank you. Thanks. I appreciate that. And also, they also talked about working on the Wilson River Loop intersection there at Highway 6 and Wilson River Loop. So stay tuned for more on that. All right. Well, that wraps our meeting for today. I'd like to thank KTIL, as always, for broadcasting. Thanks, everyone, for participating. And thank you, Tillamook County, for listening. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. And this meeting is adjourned at 8:40 a.m.